Okay, so let's just implement this pseudocode, right, in Python. So first open your Python shell. Python idle. And then edit new file, new file, and then your initial balance is equal to, I'm just following the pseudocode, right? The initial balance is float, and then annual rate float, right? So the float, no, actually first input first, and enter initial balance, right? And then since the input function returns a number, some kind of the value, right, of type string, you have to convert the string into a float or integer. In this case, has to be float. So f, right, float. And then next one is the annual rate, right? Annual rate is a float. So, but input, enter the annual interest rate, right? Interest rate, right? See, I'm just doing this. Okay, your program, you're supposed to put the, if you look at the homework descriptions, you're supposed to put 1000 and I think 6.0, right, as your input value. So it's 1000 initial value and 6.0. So actually 1000.00 because it's 00 cents. So you can put the 1000 or you can put the 1000.00. It's really up to you. So you have to use this number, right? So for your homework assignment, but I'm going to stop here. Oh, I have to forget to float. So I'm going to stop here because I don't want to write. I don't want to like proceed because I like to make sure that I don't have any problem up to this point. So I'm going to run my module. I'm going to save it. And then, like, let's see, where's my document? 282. Oops, I've already homework 1. So homework 1, let's say part B, and like June Song is my name, right? I save it. Oops, I have a problem. They said line number 1, and then initial float, and then float is not defined. So let's look at line number 1. This is line number 1, right? And then I see that I've made a mistake, right? FOAT, of course, it's not defined. So FLOAT, okay? Good thing is that since you only have 2 lines, when you run and when you see this error message, right? You know you can easily find out where your problem is, right? Because since you have 2 lines, but let's say if you have 10 lines, 20 lines, 30 lines, it's very hard for you to find where your error, your error is, your problem is, because sometimes this error message is very ambiguous, right? So, for next couple of weeks, I highly recommend that you just write a couple of lines, maybe even 1 line, right, and stop and test. Okay, so annual rate, so let me just run this one more time. Okay, so 1000, right, or you can put the 1000, but I'll just put the 1000.00. and then interest rate is 6.0%, right? See, now I don't have any problem. So the annual rate, it's 6%, and initial balance, it's like becomes 1,000, right? That's 0.00. Now, so what is your next step? Next step is compute the balance, right? So this, if you look at the second step, I have to convert this annual rate to the to monthly rate, right? And then compute the first month balance, second and third, etc. So I need to another variable called monthly rate. So monthly rate is equal to what? Annual rate divided by 100. So this actually will give me the actual value, actual number, for the annual interest rate. But what I'm looking for is a monthly rate, right? So I have to divide it by 12. Then I get a monthly rate. Now, the next step is what? Next step is compute the first month rate, which is annual rate. The first month balance is initial balance plus initial balance multiplied by monthly rate, right? The monthly rate. So I'm going to compute the first month balance, right? So the first month balance, maybe, it's a variable name, so I'll just balance is, you can use any variable name you want, but you have to, of course you have to consistent. The first month rate is what? Initial balance, which is this one, right? Initial balance plus initial balance multiplied by this monthly rate, right? And then so this is like first month balance. So this is just my comment, and then I want to finish rest of them, right? And then please print your result. I'm gonna stop here. Well, actually, maybe I can add print first month balance, print. So for example, like first month balance colon, and then some space, and then I'm gonna put this variable, right? And the print function will print the value in this variable, the first month balance. That's what the print function does. First, this print function print any string, and then followed by, the comma means followed by the variable name. So it's not going to print the variable name, it's going to print a value inside that variable name. So the first month balance, that's a variable name. So let's just test this. Run module. Initial balance is 1,000. The 0.00, and then interest rate 6.0%, and my first month balance is this. So let's just test. Yep, same thing right here. Okay, so I want you to finish the rest of the, you have to compute the second month balance, third month balance, and then you have to print those two balance, right? So this is my hint, right? Tip for the homework assignment number 1, part B. And by the way, for the output, right, I want you to use the format specifier, like something like this, right? Please watch my video tutorial on output, right? And then there you learn, you can learn this format specifier. So I want you to use a format specifier for this homework assignment, right? To make your output pretty. Okay, so thank you very much. I'll stop my recording this lecture. So okay. right?